Finnair is known as one of Europe's best airlines for service, but are they really that good?
And that is why we are at Heathrow's Terminal 3 to try out Finnair in both economy and business class, flying from here in Heathrow over to Helsinki, and then from Helsinki to Gran Canaria. So without any further ado, let's go inside, and on this first leg, we are in economy class. Let's go.
We arrive early morning into a quiet Heathrow Terminal 3, where Finnair operates most of their Heathrow flights.
Okay, now just to find the Finnair check-in desks. I can see them over there.
However, checking in wouldn't go as planned, as Finnair only operates a bag drop service, so I headed to the self-check-in machines. However, when I tried to check in with these, I would only get so far into the check-in process, and then the machines would kick me back to the start.
Okay, so a bit of a strange one. Wanted to see how the check-in experience was on Finnair, however, they only have a self-service check-in and a manned bag drop. So, saved myself the bother, just did it on the app. The app was very seamless. It's one of the best apps I think I've used. Now we're checked in, let's go through security and get through to the departures.
This was a good call, as the terminal at this point was starting to get busier with a lot of the morning flights.
Through security fine, and through duty-free fine. Getting pretty busy, so let's get coffee early and maybe get something to eat before we get on board. The gate isn't announced for another 20 minutes. Okay, so I've just stopped off in the hot roaster. It's a bit like a Wetherspoon's. It isn't Wetherspoon's though, but yeah, they're doing breakfast, so I just ordered myself some eggs Benedict. Yeah, hopefully by the time we finished all this, the gate will be announced and we'll be on our way to Helsinki. As you can see, I've got my eggs Benedict and I've got my coffee. So yeah, gonna get this all demolished and then head to the gate. So, cheers. Oh, that's nice. Macchiato this time. Thought I'd change it up a bit. That's food had. Now let's go see if the gate has been announced. Okay, let's have a look at the gate. Unfortunately for us, it looks like the flight has been delayed for about an hour, so gate still hasn't been announced yet. What do I do now? Not much we can do, unfortunately, apart from sit and wait, unless I want to get breakfast again or more coffee. Ah well, it's all good fun. I'm sure it'll be fine once we get on board. Okay, it looks like it's gate 24, so let's go down there now.
Making my way to the gate, it was clear that we would be leaving from a remote stand, and checking my emails, I received an email stating that our aircraft had been changed from an A350 to an A321. Getting to the gate, pre-boarding was already underway.
Hi there. Just take your passport? Yep. And just scan your boarding pass and scanner for me. Cheers. Okay.
The bus gates at Terminal 3 do give you some great ground views of the aircraft movements out on the apron.
So we're at the gate now, in the gate area. I'm not sure what happens there. My pass didn't seem to scan properly. The guy said it was fine, but the machine said it was unable to board, so really not sure what's happened there, but suppose we'll see when we try and get on board.
Soon though, it was time for boarding, which would mean being bussed over to the aircraft on the remote stand. Getting to our waiting Finnair Airbus A321, the first bus was already unloading its passengers, and this is when I noticed something. It appears for some reason that despite being on a remote stand, the aircraft was only being boarded from the front door. I don't know why this is the case. Why not board from both the front and the rear doors if the aircraft is using a remote stand? It would make boarding so much faster. Maybe you can let me know why this is the case in the comments, as I don't know.
Hello.
Getting on board Finnair's A321, the seating is laid out in a 3-3 configuration, with both economy and business class using the same seats.
Hi there.
So we are on the Airbus A321 of Finnair. The seat is brilliant, lots of leg room. I'll just show you around real quickly.
As you can see, even with my bag under the seat in front, there's plenty of leg room. Each seat also has a seat pocket and tray table. Taking a look through the buy on board menu, Finnair offers a modest selection of food and drinks, which includes soft and alcoholic drinks, snacks, and a few meal options. You can pre-order a meal from their website before your flight, which is what I have done for this flight. There is also onboard Wi-Fi, the information of which is in the back of the menu. Soon, once everyone was settled and the doors were closed, we were given a safety demonstration by the crew and we were pushed back to taxi our way out to the runway. This being Heathrow, it would mean a long taxi to the runway, but for me, this is absolutely fine, as I do love to see all the aircraft movements here at Heathrow.
I'll take off.
Taking off out of London Heathrow Airport, we begin our 3-hour flight over to Helsinki in Finland.
Okay, that's the cruise now. The crew looks like they're about to start the onboard service. That was actually quite a decent takeoff. A lot of good turns there. I do like a takeoff where you get a lot of turns and it makes it quite interesting. Anyway, yeah, the flight time over to Helsinki should be about 3 hours exactly. It was like 3 hours 1 minute or something. So it's a decent length flight, but not too bad. Anyway, we'll see what the meal service is. I've pre-ordered a meal, and the buy on board service is like an economy.
Not long after takeoff, the crew started the buy on board service.
So I have my pre-ordered breakfast in front of me. It's a smoked salmon and cream cheese sort of sandwich. It was like bright red with a chocolate bar and a smoothie. It looks very nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna tuck in now and see what it's like. So the breakfast service was fantastic. It was very simple, but really nice, really tasty. The ingredients tasted really fresh, so can't complain with that.
After the food, the crew offered a drink service.
You didn't think I'd go an entire flight without coffee, did you? Of course I'll go my coffee. It's not bad coffee, to be honest. Got some water as well. An hour and a half left of the flight. So, been pretty good so far.
Once the buy on board service was complete, the crew came around the cabin again, this time with a complimentary drink service.
So one thing that Finnair does that I haven't seen on many other airlines, especially within Europe, as well as water things, there's complimentary blueberry juice, which is very, very nice. I couldn't get used to that blueberry juice. I'm gonna just say the whole cabin smells of blueberry juice. It's actually quite a nice smell.
As we were passing over the Baltic Sea, we hit a rough patch of turbulence. I know a lot of people don't like turbulence, but personally, it doesn't bother me much. It was at this point I noticed this phone holder in the back of the seat. The turbulence we were experiencing continued all the way until we were beginning our descent into Helsinki Airport, just as the sun was beginning to set. Landing into Helsinki Airport, that concludes the first leg of this pan-European trip in economy class. Personally, I think it's a great economy product, not too dissimilar from others in Europe, and for the price of £175, it's certainly priced similar to other flag carriers in Europe.
Thank you. Here we are then. Welcome to Helsinki. Looks cold out there. Okay, all that we need to do now is to get through the border and get to our hotel, and then we'll have the business class flight over to Gran Canaria tomorrow morning. And I think that's our hotel right there. I didn't expect it to be that close to the terminal. That's pretty handy. If there's an exit there, I'll be happy. I can't actually see our hotel on the board there, and it's directed us to it. I think it's actually in the terminal. I don't think it was that one I saw. It's in the terminal, I think. Comfort Express Hotel. This is what I get for booking things months in advance and then not checking where they are just before the trip. It looks like it's well and truly in the terminal. It's just at the corner of the arrivals door. I was walking out of the terminal. I don't think I even need to do that. I tell you what, around this back alleyway in the terminal, I would have not expected a hotel of any kind.
Just quickly, if you're liking this video, then why not go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date with all my travels, and don't forget to hit that bell icon.
Is this hotel just built in a bunker?
Eventually, after walking through a few long corridors, I did get to my hotel.
Yeah, how are you? Just to check in, please. Perfect, thank you very much. So here we are then at the Comfort Inn in Helsinki Airport. Comfort Inn Express. Yeah, it's really nice room. It doesn't have a window because it's underground. It's actually under the terminal. But no, really good price for this room. So, and it's got a private shower. It's not like a hostel. I think they do have pods. I'm not sure about that though. I think they have pods that you can get for even cheaper. But as I've only got a few hours here, I wanted a decent sleep. So yeah. What did you think of Finnair's economy class? Personally, I thought it was pretty good. What really let it down was the boarding process at Heathrow. That really let it down. They were only boarding from the front, and I do have a confession. The plane that we were on was not meant to be an A321. It was meant to be an A350, but either they couldn't fill it or whatever. They changed it for an A321 at the last minute. Some people were overbooked and then had to change to a later flight. Kind of disappointed at that, but we can't complain too much. It was a good flight. The service was fantastic. Cannot fault the service on board at all. Just the boarding process was a little bit not as efficient as it could be. You think the likes of EasyJet and Ryanair, Wizz Air, all the budget carriers, when they board from the front and the rear, makes it so much smoother to get people on and off the plane. Obviously when you're boarding from a jet bridge, not possible. But when we were at the remote stand at Heathrow, it was definitely possible to do that. So that's something I would recommend that Finnair do if they're going to be, or any airline really, if they're going to be operating from a remote stand, board from both your front and back doors on your narrow bodies. It just makes it so much easier. But anyway, I'm going to get some sleep now, and then we will see you in the morning for the business class from here in Helsinki over to Gran Canaria. So you will see that about now. And of course, good morning everyone and welcome to Helsinki Airport. And we're here to take Finnair in business class on their A350 from here in Helsinki over to Gran Canaria. Okay, first things first is we need to go check in. So let's go find Finnair desks, which I can see are over there. So let's go check in.
As you'd expect here at Helsinki, the check-in area is dominated by Finnair. However, for some reason here as well, I couldn't get checked in with the self-service machines.
The experience here is much like at Heathrow. There isn't many check-in counters, it's just bag drop mainly. So I've just checked in online and yeah, I don't have any bag drops, so let's just go through security and find the lounge. But of course, this being a business class flight, we don't have to go through the normal security control, we can go through the priority security control over there. So let's go. That was one of the most painless experiences in security I've had in a long time. And that's simply because they were using the new machines as they're intended to be used. Been through so many airports these days where they have the new machines, but they're just not being used the correct way. So it's good to see an airport actually using them the way they're meant to be used. But anyway, we need to go find the Finnair lounge now because I need some coffee and I need some food. I haven't had anything yet. And I can see the lounge just now. Very easy morning, this one.
It didn't take me long to find the Finnair lounge, which much like the rest of the airport, didn't look too busy for this time in the morning. In the lounge, there is a decent selection of food and drinks on offer, but this early in the morning, I was only after one thing.
So as you can see, I've plonked myself down in these little sort of like privacy pods. I do quite like all this, sort of like privacy areas. And I think these are soundproofed as well, so because I can't hear much echo or anything, so it's quite nice. I've got myself some food, as you can see. Yeah, just gonna eat this as my breakfast, have my coffee, which I've got here. Oh, that's nice coffee. Nice coffee. Bean coffee in the morning. Can't beat it, can't beat it. Don't have it often enough. Probably should get a machine for home, but just don't have enough time or space in my kitchen. But anyway, gonna eat this. Got about an hour to wait until we start boarding anyway. And then we'll get down to the gate and be on our way to Gran Canaria in Finnair's business class and see what that's like. Okay, we've had a good little wait in the lounge, but now it's time to head down to the gate. It's about 20 minutes before boarding. That was a pretty good lounge, I must say, though not as big as I thought it'd be, or as much available. I think Icelandair has more available in their Saga lounge in terms of selection and seating options. It was a good lounge, don't get me wrong, I just think it was a bit small for an airline like Finnair, unless that's like a secondary lounge and I've just got it wrong. I'll tell you what though, in terms of aesthetics, I don't think there's any denying that Helsinki Airport is one of the most beautiful in the world. The wood everywhere, the airy atmosphere, as well as being cozy at the same time. It's just very, very nice. Very nice in Helsinki Airport. Now, with the exception of the French routes to places like Réunion and things like that, I'm pretty sure this must be one of the longest routes within the EU. You let me know down below what the longest ones. I don't know off the top of my head. Here we are then, gate 35, and our flight showing on the board, Gran Canaria. Okay, we can see our Finnair Airbus A350 over there, ready to take us over to Gran Canaria. Flight time should be about 6.5 hours, so it's a pretty long flight, but should be a good one in Finnair business class.
After a short wait, boarding was started with business class boarding first.
And there she is, the beautiful Airbus A350 of Finnair. Let's go get on board. Looking forward to this one.
Hi there.
Good morning, 7L.
7 on the other side and left-hand side, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Getting on board the business class of Finnair's A350, the seating is laid out in a 1-2-1 configuration.
Okay then, here we are on the Finnair business class on their A350. This is a fantastic seat. Got plenty of... Get it open. Plenty of storage with some USB charging ports and remote for the TV. And of course, this seat does turn into a full lie flat bed. And of course, tray table. It's a nice big tray table actually. So yeah, I can definitely get the laptop on there, get a bit of work done. Enjoy the 6-hour flight over to Gran Canaria. One pretty cool thing as well is this right here. Wireless charging for your phone. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I hope more airlines get that, the wireless charging on the seats. Okay, so a bottle of water has been handed out quite nicely by the cabin crew. And honestly, the cabin crew have all seemed super friendly. Cannot complain at all about them. They've been so welcoming on board. We'll see how the service is, but first impressions, really, really nice. Well done, Finnair. Really well done. Okay, and taking a quick look through the entertainment system. We've got an itinerary here of the flight. We're due to land into Gran Canaria at 12:50, as you can see right there. So total distance to Gran Canaria is 4,696 kilometers. It is a fair old distance. So definitely let me know down below if this is one of the longest, out with the French routes to Réunion and places like that. Is this the longest route in the EU? You let me know down below. A pair of lovely pillows have also been left here, as well as some headphones. I'm not sure there'll be any amenity kits, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not huge on amenity kits and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I cannot complain so far. This is absolutely fantastic.
Legroom with these business seats is, as you'd expect, more than enough, with the seats being able to turn into lie-flat beds. After everyone was boarded, we are pushed back from the gate and the safety video is played as we taxi our way out to the runway. And just before the runway is how every airport that experiences snow should handle de-icing. Instead of waiting for de-icing trucks to scamper around the airport to each gate, a section of the taxiway has been converted into a sort of drive-through de-icing pad. The aircraft pulls in, gets de-iced, and then carries on its way to the runway. After the de-icing, we pull straight onto the runway for takeoff. Kicking off out of Helsinki, we begin our 6-hour 30-minute flight over to Gran Canaria in Spain. Taking a look through the in-flight entertainment system, there's plenty of TV shows and movies to choose from. There is also a lot of info about Finnair and the flight. There are also exterior cameras that you can access through the screen, which is something I always love to use. Soon after takeoff, the crew came around with hot towels for everyone.
So here we are then on the Finnair A350 and I'm in the bathroom now, and yeah, it's very clean, very nice, very airy. Got a vanity mirror right there and loads of amenities. Yeah, can't go wrong really. Nice wood effect floor as well, I like that. So yeah, can't complain, cannot complain. Very nice flight so far. We'll see how the meal service is in a minute. Okay, so let's test out this wireless charger that's on the table here. Okay, we have been given a Finnish beer and also some pretzels. We're given some mini pretzel bites, so let's see what this Finnish beer is like. Of course, I'm going to fail at pouring a simple beer again, aren't I? Doing this one-handed never helps. Oh dear, oh dear, dear, dear. That's what you get at university. Yep, at university they charge about £2 for that. It would be cheap, but you wouldn't get a lot of it. I do love the glasses that they give out here. These glasses are amazing. Anyway, let's try this Finnish beer. Oh, that's very nice. It's very smooth. That's very smooth. That's very refreshing beer. Yeah, Finnish beer gets the approval from me. The meal service should be starting pretty soon, so we'll see how that is as well. But so far, very good Finnair. The staff have been so good. Really, really good. So attentive.
Once again, passing out over the Baltic Sea, we hit some very heavy turbulence. If you've made it this far into the video, then why not consider becoming a Patreon? It all goes into making videos like this one, and you'll be getting access to some exclusive content.
So as you can see there, we started hitting a patch of turbulence, so the meal service will be delayed a bit, but that's fine. Safety comes first. If you're on an airline, never complain about a lack of service because the crew are putting safety first. Never. Sometimes I see that and it genuinely annoys me, but I'm glad that they're doing it and glad that they're taking safety seriously here. Another thing I want to point out is I'm always amazed at how the A350 soaks up turbulence. It's really strange how it does it. It just feels like you're driving along a bumpy road. Like not even that bumpy, it's just like a little jiggling about. It always amazes me because I've flown through some pretty heavy turbulence in the past with the A350 and it just soaks it up. Not sure what they did to achieve that, but very good engineering. Okay, so I have hot breakfast in front of me. It looks very nice. It's an omelette with some beans, spinach, mushrooms, fruit salad, and cheese and ham and pickles with bread and a croissant. And got myself a blueberry juice, Finnair Classic, as well as, you know me, coffee, which is excellent. So anyway, I'm going to get this demolished and then hopefully do a bit of work on the laptop. Right, so let's give this omelette a try. It's a cheese omelette and it is very, very nice. Give it a bit of try with some of the mushrooms. Very tasty. Very nice. Cannot fault this as breakfast. Just can't. Brilliant.
I watched a movie while having my food, and the crew came around to recommend me a Finnish drink.
Okay, so we have a... I'm not exactly sure the Finnish name, but it's a Finnish drink. It's like a... made from grapefruits and gin. So not exactly sure what it is, but it's about 5%, so it's like strong as beer. So let's give this a try. Ooh, that is very nice. You can see it looks almost like soda water. That's very, very nice. It doesn't even taste alcoholic. It's 5.5%, so imagine if you were drinking these, you could get drunk quite quickly. So just going to enjoy this now, because this is delicious. Finnair is just knocking my socks off right now. The service is amazing. The crew actually recommended this. It was, yeah. The service can't fault it at all. The crew are so friendly and so attentive. So yeah, well done Finnair. Well done. So I just thought I'd show you the seat when it's in its lie flat position. So
Yeah, just give me a sec. About 3 hours until landing now, and meal service is done. Had my long drink, I think they call it. The Finnish beer strength gin and tonic thing, which was really nice. So just got myself another cup of coffee, just relax, finish watching this film. So yeah, just gonna have this and then maybe do some work on the laptop. I got about an 8-hour layover in Gran Canaria before heading home. Yeah, can get work done in Gran Canaria as well, so I think I can afford myself to enjoy this a little bit. So as you can see outside, we are currently over Portugal, just across the Pyrenees, and we're making our way down Spain and Portugal and over to Gran Canaria. I should tell you also that this flight, this business class leg of this review, only cost £350 one way, or about 400 euros. It was very, very cheap. And for a 6.5 hour flight in business class, not sure there are better deals out there. If you can think of a business class flight that's just as long or equally as long for the price, then do please let me know down below, because genuinely I can't think of one. Yeah, fantastic value for money, and I'll definitely be using Finnair again, especially since I fly from Edinburgh. So yeah, Finnair, I'll definitely use you again.
Leaving the Portuguese and mainland Europe coast behind us, we head out over the Atlantic towards Gran Canaria. This is where the sky becomes quite crowded, with all the holiday flights heading to and from the Canary Islands, a very popular tourist destination within Europe.
So we've just begun a descent into Gran Canaria now. Should be on the ground in about 20-30 minutes. Been a good flight, this one.
Soon, a landing video was played to prepare the cabin for landing, and we began our descent into Gran Canaria. I'm no expert on ships, but even I know this isn't right. I hope everything was okay here, and I hope no one was hurt. Landing into Gran Canaria, it looks like a Spanish Air Force cadet graduation ceremony was being held at one end of the airport.
On behalf of Finnair and the One World Alliance, it's been a pleasure having you on board today.
This time of the day, Gran Canaria Airport is busy with a myriad of holiday airlines. As we pull up to a remote stand, that concludes our flight on Finnair's A350 in business class.
Thank you so much, you've been so hospitable. Thank you. Thank you so much, that was brilliant. Thank you.
As we will be disembarking at a remote stand, we will be bussed over to the terminal.
And there we have it, people. Finnair in both economy and business class. What did you think of that? Personally, cannot fault it at all. Easily one of the best airlines I've ever flown on. But you let me know down below which one you think is best. And you let me know if you would fly on them in either class. And if there's any other airlines you want me to review or compare, let me know down below. But anyway, I've got a connection to get home back to Scotland. So if you like this video, people, then please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel. And if you did like this video, then you should check out this video here. And as always, people, we will see you all in the next one.